Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and this video is brought to you by the online BBallBreakdown membership. Click the first link in the description below to learn more and join.
Good.
No matter what the Warriors tried against the special zone defense the Raptors pulled out down the stretch, nothing worked. They turned the ball over 3 times, missed the first 5 of their threes, and almost won the game at the end. If you missed part 1, click here. Part 2 goes over 2 more possessions of the box and 1 defense, plus I'll break down the Warriors' last stand, where they didn't so much solve the defense as much as took advantage of opportunity and preparation to get a little bit lucky. I asked a real NBA coach in Cody Toppert, who was with the Phoenix Suns this season, to join me to discuss this defense and ways the Warriors could counter it. Which brings us to the next clip I want to talk about. Curry again brings it up, and so it looks like they're mixing and matching, trying different things here. And I like what Curry does here because he draws 2 defenders, which is what you want to do against a zone.
What I like about this possession, how it starts out, is Steph Curry being aggressive, right, to get downhill. Like you said, 2 guys commit to the ball, and now they're playing advantage basketball on the backside. I think Iguodala does a great job here trying to pin in on the weak side and build a wall for Quinn Cook, right? And he could do an even better job kind of holding Gasol off. Gasol kind of gets to the inside of this screen. You know, if you ask me, I don't know that you're going to get a better look on this possession than if Iguodala sets a better seal screen and Quinn Cook shoots a corner 3, right? So now Quinn turns it down, the pass goes back to Draymond, and of course, everybody's going to short close Draymond because you want him to take that shot. And he gets back to a situation now where Danny Green doing a good job not overcommitting to Draymond, splits the difference to play 2 by time. And everybody, of course, is trying to figure out, you know, deny Steph Curry. We don't want anybody but Steph Curry's going to beat us. And then what Danny does is gets Quinn Cook off the line, a nice little kind of swipe by Van Vliet, and Gasol's presence allow Quinn Cook to be in an uncomfortable position where now he's dribbling into a mid-range fadeaway jump shot. And to me, that's exactly what you want. Right, so not only did you chase their best 3-point shooter besides Steph Curry in this lineup off the line, you chased him into a mid-range fadeaway pull-up, and you're able to secure the rebound and go.
Fair enough, but I have to imagine if Steve Kerr looks at this, you know, a free throw line jumper from Quinn Cook, wide open, has to be certainly a win, not a win, but they have to be happy with that shot, wouldn't you say?
You know, I mean, I'm on the other side of that. I'm thinking that in this particular lineup, they need, you know, rim or a Quinn Cook 3-point shot's going to be a more valuable shot. I'd probably peg this at a 38 to 40% shot for him. I'm absolutely okay with this shot right here because it keeps us in rebounding position, right? So if Siakam commits to contesting this shot right here, which I've got it kind of freeze framed right there, Siakam commits to contesting the shot, it's going to be harder for him to rebound. Marc Gasol doesn't have inside rebounding position as well, right? So now all of a sudden you've got Iguodala kind of pseudo boxing out Gasol. You're hoping that Kawhi can keep Boogie off the glass, which that's a mismatch box out in and of itself. So on that missed shot, if Siakam isn't back there and he committed to contesting, that rebound probably goes to Iguodala.
For sure. Well, in the last clip we want to look at, they actually press up full court. They're down by 5 with about a little over a minute left, which I love because it kind of obscures that they're going to get back into a box and 1. Me don't know if they will out of a strict man-to-man full court pressure back into the zone with 1. So they get it run up again here. What do you see how this unfolds? Because they go with Draymond bringing the ball up, which I think I might like that the best. I think to me having Draymond bring the ball up top and then letting Curry work off ball like he's so good anyway might be the best way to attack this box and 1. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, see, I love Draymond bringing the ball off the court against the box and 1. I think that if Golden State kind of stays with their delay formation, their 5-out formation, it just runs their normal actions, I think that they'll probably end up having more success than literally just looking at it like it's got to be Curry, Curry, Curry. I understand with this lineup why that was their first, second, third, fourth, fifth option. But what that kind of does is the other guys sort of feel a little bit awkward about it, right? Because somebody is naked on the weak side. There's an advantage somewhere. Was it really like that much of a disguise in the full court? I think it was enough to kind of throw rhythm. I think that what you do is now you kind of slow down their decision-making. They feel a little bit uncomfortable, right? So with the pressure, because if you look at when they walk across half court right here, even though Draymond gets it, Draymond literally crosses half court at 17. A little bit more pressure. You get it to 16, you're looking at an 8-second violation. Right now, though, they're crossing right here, 16 seconds on the clock, and Draymond's dribbling up top. They haven't gotten into any action. I think that favors the Raptors without question. So I think it served its purpose. Right now, Draymond does a pretty good job here at kind of understanding there's a gap in the middle, and he breaks the paint. And now when you've got a guy committed to blacking somebody out, all out denial, all over the floor, and now you drive and break the paint, you're going to have two commit to the ball. You've got another defender committed to denying Curry, which is going to allow for multiple open shots on the perimeter. And, obviously, like Draymond gets downhill, the drop to Boogie doesn't go exactly how they would have planned, but I think that the idea was there, and I don't think it was a bad idea at all.
For sure. You have to convert this. At this level, at that part of the game, you need to be able to simply get the ball to Boogie because that's a dunk. But again, I have to imagine, the Warriors would be like, okay, we are right there. We split the guards. We got what it should have been a layup.
Yeah, I think if Draymond could go back and he's looking at this on film, he's probably thinking bounce pass. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just kind of drop it to him. And Boogie's probably coming down and it's going to be a very hard recovery for Gasol. He'll probably try to challenge with verticality, and high percentage shot regardless. So I think that we'll see more of this, you know what I mean? Draymond brings it up. I think that they need to space the floor with that U formation. They can still have that off-ball movement, especially whatever side is loaded with Steph Curry, right? His guy's glued to him. So now go be a screener there. Try to get two to commit to the guy. You can still get your slip-type actions. But then, break the paint away from the ball. Don't just stare it down. You know what I mean? Like you can use Steph Curry almost to set up like a sales process. Boom, like sell, boom. And now we're breaking it off to try to break the paint.
And this brings us to the very end of the game, where the Raptors get two chances to score after offensive rebounds. And when it finally found Danny Green's hands wide open in the left wing, he needed only hop into the shot, get it over Livingston, and guide it right into the hoop to cut the lead to 2 points. With the shot clock, game clock difference under 3 seconds and one timeout remaining, the Raptors needed to foul to stop the clock. There simply wasn't enough time to let the Warriors wind it down. They could easily shoot the ball with 1 second on the clock, and by the time the Raptors secured the rebound, the game would have been over. The Raptors get back in the box and one with Van Vliet pressuring Curry, while Nick Nurse is up off the bench signaling to foul. But not one player acknowledges this, nor has the sense to take the foul on their own. Of course, it almost becomes a genius move because Steph Curry stumbles, has to pick up his dribble amidst the double team, and rather than toss it to Iguodala right next to him, he throws a lame duck pass across the middle of the floor. This is a surefire tie game if Kawhi gets his mitts on it. But Livingston comes to the ball just enough to snatch it out of the air. He throws it to Iggy, and in the perfect world, he'd wait another 2 seconds to shoot this since he is so wide open. But he lets it fly, the ball goes in, and that, sports fans, is the game.
It'll be really interesting to see how they adjust. I think, again, great adjustment by the Toronto staff to break the rhythm, and it takes a lot of guts at this level to say, hey, this is what we're going to. And when Iguodala teed up that shot, you're talking Nick Nurse. The way I look at it, it's always like reverse box score theory, right? So to me, the reverse box score theory is when you look at the box score at the end of the night and you know that it wasn't Steph Curry that took that shot, whether he's guarded or not guarded. We've seen him make it 10 ways from Sunday. And you know that it was Iguodala who made that shot, regardless of how open he was. If you can go to bed at night and rest your head knowing that that's the shot you want to give up, then you accomplish what you were trying to accomplish, and the numbers just didn't play out for you that particular time.
Well said. Absolutely. I think that both teams should be kind of sort of okay with what happened here, and a question of whether they're going to clean it up. Another big question is, are they even going to run it again? Because it's clearly they can't run this if Klay Thompson is out there healthy.
For sure. The interesting thing too is, if Klay Thompson's not healthy, Steph Curry's not going to play 48 minutes. One thing that you might see, a lot of the Raptors kind of went to a 3-2 zone at various points throughout the season, almost like they were testing themselves and preparing for if they needed to make an adjustment. And I think they had some pretty darn good success with it. So the one thing we know is Nick Nurse is a progressive mind, basketball mind. He's willing to try different things, new strategies, new things. We saw the box and one last night. What's the next adjustment? It's a chess game, right? What's the adjustment that Steve Kerr is going to make? And then obviously we kind of see what Nick Nurse counters with. Should
Absolutely.
Be fun.
Well, thank you so much, Cody, for coming on the show today and breaking this down for us. Really informative stuff. We'll have to do this again one day.
Hey, my schedule's free.
You got it. Well, thank you for coming on the show. And don't forget, sports fans, that BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in? Are you in, Cody?
I'm in.